All right. Hi, everybody. I am Z Garcia. Welcome back to our daily chats. I am joined tonight for me, by Jenn. Jenn, how do you say your last name, Jenn? Bartlett?
Bartlett. Yeah, that works.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought it
absolutely.
was. Or, the board game librarian, whatever you want to go by. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and thank you, Jenn, for saying hi, for saying yes to joining me, that is. Might be a little loopy.
Loopy's fine.
Loopy's good, I'd say. It's even better than non-loopy chat.
It's a Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, I've been
We've
getting
maybe had.
crazy with it. Staying indoors, drinking sugar water. Oof. I'm hitting the Dasani hard, son.
Absolutely. I have
Mmm.
my Monster Jam cup all ready to go, so we're hydrated.
Hydration.
It's definitely not Dasani, but hydration is key.
All right, let's see what we got. We got Amanda Panda. Hello. Kim, hi. Everybody's Cora Lou. Hello, hello. Jordan's here. Fantastic. Gator Dave, of course. Lots of good people. It's so nice seeing everybody. Hi, Heather. All right. Kabuki Kid is here. Hello, hello. Okay.
So I've always wondered, who is Kabuki Kid? It's a
Kabuki Kid,
Dice
as
Tower
far as we
person.
know, we haven't really been able to pin it down, but as far as we can tell, Kabuki Kid is an advanced AI that can be
Ah.
everywhere at once, and she travels and spreads through the internet, through the interwebs. She can jump into any chat,
Ah.
hijack any feed, and really is pretty awesome. So we're always happy when Kabuki Kid shows up, and I, for one, welcome our
Absolutely.
new internet moderation overlords.
It's good to see a couple of familiar faces, well,
I know.
names on the side. I think Jordan's here joining
Yeah,
us. Kim is a
Jordan's here.
friend of mine. Um, yeah, and Jenn Bartlett is the librarian, right? Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna bore everyone to tears with books.
Let's do it.
Let's
Ooh.
do it.
We're gonna. How
Bring
about we
down the
take questions?
books.
How about we take questions the first half and just read out loud the second half?
I'm ready. I'm gonna read out loud the Batman Gotham City Chronicles rulebook. How about that,
No,
say?
no, something sensical, something that someone proofread.
Oh, then definitely
Burn,
not.
Batman.
Oh, even. Are you a Brandon Sanderson fan?
I've never read
Have you
Brandon
read
Sanderson. No, I know the
Stormlight?
books. I know the. What is it? The superhero one or whatever? Super villains, right?
I talk about the Reckoners all the time.
Yeah, the
Love the
Reckoners.
Reckoners.
And then he's got some fantasy stuff, but I've never read any of his books. I'm not a big fantasy
He's,
person, though. I'll be honest. I read
yeah,
very
hey.
little, very little fantasy. I've never read the big ones. Like, I think I read maybe half of the first Harry Potter book. Wasn't interested, and I never have read Game of Thrones. What
Eh,
else?
you'll just be disappointed.
I've read Lord of the
It's not going to
Rings, but
end. So,
I'm sure he'll get it done.
some point. So,
So, Jen, tell me. I know you're a librarian. I mean, that is what you do. What exactly is your job? I'm not sure I know.
my official title is Head of Reference and Adult Services at a suburban urban library in Connecticut, about 15 minutes east of Hartford.
Okay.
Um, which basically means that if you come in and you have a question, you're looking for information on the Kelly Blue Book value of a car, we can help you find that. Or if you are looking for information on cancer treatments, we can help you find good books for that. Or if one of my running joke in my house is you'll miss how I print, which I get so very often. Um, we do a lot of technology problems. We do resume help, job help. Um, I do a lot of programs for adults, and one of my most popular programs is my board game group that I run at my library.
Ah.
So I am an actual librarian. Some people will be like, Jenn, are you a for reals librarian? And I go, yes, we are a magical sort. Um, but our board game collection is one of the biggest things that I run there.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Very
there's so many
cool.
questions over here.
All right, let's see if we can get some questions then. Let's see what's up. Jordan says, "So Jenn, you like books?" Yes, Jordan, she does. This guy. All right, let's see. Let's find a good one. Gator Dave has a good one here. I'm throwing it up. The question is, what was first, love of books or love of games?
Oh God. My grandmother has a picture of me on like one of those little kid toilets. This is totally embarrassing. I'm like 2 years old reading a picture book, and it should have known right from then. Some little kids were playing house or school. I was just playing bookstore the entire time.
Sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet. Exactly, because that's progression from toilet to librarian is just right
It's
there.
a cliche, really.
It is. It is.
All right, so books first is what you're saying.
Books first.
All right.
Absolutely. And I'm an only child too, so I didn't have a lot of kids to play games with. Until my husband came along, that was not something we did in my household.
Right.
So, oh, yes.
All right, let's see. This is a funny thing. Louise is asking, any myths about librarians that you would like to debunk?
So,
It's time to.
oh gosh,
This is the tell-all everyone's been waiting for.
I mean, there are some stereotypes that are totally true. A lot of people who go into librarianship are like super introverted, because reading is very much like a solo activity, right? It's not groups of people sitting together doing something.
Not when I'm doing it. I need to sound the words out loud.
Because you're reading, what was it you were reading out loud? We were going to read
No,
The
because
Way
my
of
reading
Kings.
comprehension is at a second grade level. That's why.
I'm sorry. Z.
Do the best I can, yeah.
I'll help you. Let me help you. I'll come down. I'll come down to Florida and help you. I don't know that we all wear buns, that we all say shh all the time, that we're all crazy cat ladies, although my cat right now has decided to join in.
Aha. Myth confirmed.
That is partially true. Yeah, someone comments librarians are smarty pants. Well, I guess. We're like book wizards, really.
So like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Although I must say, I had never watched the music video to Toto's Africa before.
I see.
If you haven't watched it before, it's a total gas. You have to watch it.
I think I've seen it.
And
Gosh, it's been ages, but I think I've seen it. What's going on in it?
it's totally 80s, they're rocking around, but it takes place in a library. And the library catches on fire, and I'm watching it on YouTube, and I'm screaming at the TV, what happens to the librarian?
Stop singing and put the books out.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
She's quite the cutie. Someone says I'm a secret Batgirl. Yeah, totally. Barbara Gordon's my hero, yo. Right after Wonder Woman. But, yes.
All right, let's see what we've got here. What else have we got? Okay, Nick is saying, This is a long post, and this is gonna demand quite a bit of you, I guess, if you want to answer this, Jen. But it is. Nick says, "Hey Jen, I and some local gamers want to organize a recurring game night at my local library to help increase board game awareness in the community. Do you have any pointers that can help us out?"
Yeah, you're right, see, that is a long one. Nick, I will drop my email in the comments, and you can get in contact with me.
That was your first
No,
mistake.
dropping my email.
No. Everybody's going to be like, "Hey girl, you heard you's a librarian. Holla." Or whatever the kids say these days. I don't know.
You'll miss how I print. That's what I
You're
say.
going to get in trouble. All right, Nick. So yeah, just email, I guess, for a more in-detail answer.
If someone asks where the ginger jerk is, so the ginger jerk is my ginger cat.
Oh.
And he makes an appearance randomly in some of my breakfast segments. I don't know, he's off being a jerk somewhere.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's throw this one up from Amanda Panda. The question is, what is your favorite game genre / mechanism? Those are different things, but we'll do them all, I guess. We'll do favorite genre, favorite mechanism, and favorite book genre.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What do you got?
Favorite genre of game to play is... Oh, goodness. We play just about everything in our house. We go anywhere from super light to like 18xx and Steam. We've been loving trick-taking games a lot lately. But worker placement has probably always been one of my favorites. I too am a big Bruno fan. Yes, gotta love the Bruno.
You have to.
Gotta respect the Bruno. And favorite book genre, again, like, I'm super not picky, so I'll read just about anything. Yeah, that's like totally not an answer. So
everything and Bruno style games,
everything.
maybe worker placement is what you're saying. Well, my favorite book genre is worker placement, in which you...
Absolutely.
we talked about Kelly Blue Book. This is more about, the pop-up Should I Be an Engineer book, which I'm working on in my second grade reading comprehension class. It's good so far. For me, it's probably horror or terror or creepy or whatever. I like sci-fi also.
Did you know Stephen King's new book came out today? His new short story collection.
I knew he had something coming out soon. It's a short story collection. It's one of those. Okay, that's cool. I do like that. I know they don't sell well. Well, his do, but normally they don't. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, I like that. I like Stephen King. I like all that kind of stuff. And sci-fi. They're about neck and neck. And then as far as games, type of game, I don't know. Co-op, I guess, is ultimately my best answer. I do like cooperative games, but, I like other stuff just as much. I think I like games that do a lot with clean, streamlined rules. That's not a genre, but I find that fascinating.
I'd agree.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? If you see any questions, by the way, you want to answer, just do it.
Ooh, absolutely. Someone asks, have you either of you read Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson or Stephenson? I'm curious on your thoughts. I have not.
I have not read that. I know that it's one of those early. Is that cyberpunk? Is that what we're calling that? Yeah. Snow Crash is like an early cyberpunk. Him and Stevenson, and oh, what's the other guy's name? Gibson?
Could be.
I think it's Gibson.
I'm
Those
not.
two guys are like the, cyberpunk guys. I never read a lot of that. I prefer steampunk if I'm going to read any of it, which is pretty rare. Like Jay Little, I think the writer's name is, who does steampunk, and I like some of his stuff. But cyberpunk, I always just found, I don't know, I don't think it translates super well in from reading it. I don't think the descriptions are so outlandish. What they're describing was so sort of crazy and nutty and hard to describe that it kind of ultimately boiled down to either reading a lot of made-up words that sounded techie or getting a lot of H.P. Lovecraft. It was so horrible that it was indescribable, so I'm not going to describe it. It's like, great, thanks, man. Way to stretch.
Oh, so people are confirming Gibson, so that's good.
Good.
That's good.
That's what I
We're
thought.
working past.
Got the old noggin working today.
Yes, the second grade reading level is working in here.
All right. Let's see. All right, sure. Maybe we can do this. Top 5 favorite authors. You think you can do that? A quick top 5?
Oh, geez.
No, you can't. Okay.
No. Okay. Well, all right. I'll have to grab my phone. Let's grab the old phone.
Why? You're not supposed to be looking at it. We're talking. What are you doing?
I'm going on to Goodreads, which is like
gonna look up a recipe for fried chicken while you're doing that. Let me see. Cuban omelet.
Ooh, tasty. I've always loved, Jodi Picoult's books. She's like women's contemporary fiction.
Okay.
I like Michelle Miranda's historical fiction books. She writes a lot of really awesome ones that her specialty is Egyptology. She's one of the few authors that has made me go, I must travel to Egypt and go there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's 2
How about
good
you, Zane?
ones. That's 2 good ones.
That's 2.
For me,
That's
I don't
2.
know. They keep asking me this. I keep answering. It's mostly, sci-fi. It's like new horror writers and old sci-fi writers. That's kind of where I'm at. So it's like Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, that kind of stuff. And then Stephen King and who else? Bentley Little and Richard Lehman, stuff like that. It's all, that's it. I've talked about it. And then a sprinkle like Michael Crichton. I like Michael Crichton,
Have you gotten to read Joe Hill stuff before?
I don't think so. What's the name?
Joe Hill. And Stephen
Joe
King's
Hill is
son.
Stephen King's kid. No,
Yeah.
I never read his stuff. I know that, I know who you mean, but no, I haven't read his stuff. Is it good?
I've read his the Lovecraft graphic novel series that's up on Netflix right now. The name is escaping me, but his stuff is supposedly like more horrifying than his father's.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of people really like him.
I know he's pretty popular, yeah.
Someone's asking about the choose your own adventure style books. Any favorites? Oh goodness.
Why are we talking before
They recently
before
redid...
you go on? Hold on one second here. There was a weird intermission in which apparently people were talking about butts. What was happening?
Yeah, did you see the redact? There was like a redacted comment.
Oh.
Looks like. Oh, Gator Dave.
What
Whoa.
is happening? Gator Dave and Kabuki Kid are being filthy animals. Also, William Gibson. Yes, that's who I meant. Anyway, I'm sorry. You were saying.
Oh no, that's fine. I totally went on. Oh, Lock and Key. Yes, thank you. That was what it was. Um, yeah, absolutely.
What were you? Wait, what were? I totally interrupted you though. What were you going on about?
Oh, it's fine. The Choose Your Own Adventure
Right, right.
books. Have you gotten to play the games? Did you like them?
Choose Your Own Adventure. Oh, I played the first one. Yeah. Um, I thought it was okay. I mean, those books, they're for kids for one thing, right? It would be really neat. I would love to see a Choose Your Own Adventure for adults. I think it would be too hard to do, I think, to make it cohesive, to make it good writing, because as it is now, it's just sort of it's clips of different things. You know what I mean? It's like you walk into
Yeah.
a mansion. Do you want to open that door or that door? Through that door, there's a monkey slapping a gorilla, and through that door, there's a mime standing in the corner who wants to read your fortune, but he can't talk. And it's like, what? You know what I mean? And then you go, okay, fine, mime. And then the next scene, there's a dragon, and it's like, it's just sort of all over the place. So I don't really like that sort of, I don't find kooky things to be kooky because they're bizarre. I can do that too. I can just rattle off random stuff. It has to be funny because it's a funny observation on something.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway. I don't really, for example, I don't really like the Hitchhiker books. I think they are kind of just rattling off stuff that should be funny because it's like, oh, that came out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. I don't really find that humorous.
So my boss is a huge Hitchhikers fan. Okay. It was a big thing when I came in. He said, "Have you read this book?" He bothered me and bothered me and bothered me until I finally read it. And then I went, okay, all right, it's funny. But I must say, and this is my biggest confession, and people are going to go nuts in the comments, I don't get Monty Python. I don't get it. I don't think it's funny. I watch it because my husband likes it. I'm just waiting for the comments to blow up.
I don't think I've seen a whole lot of Monty Python. I just don't care to... Yeah, I don't think I get a lot of it either. But then again, I haven't seen a lot of it.
I've tried with Holy Grail like several times, and it's lost on me. But I'll watch Blackadder. Have you watched Blackadder before? With
I think
Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, with right. I've seen pieces. I like his Mr. Bean stuff. I think that stuff is extremely well done. I do think that's funny. Translates tremendously well, to any age, any language. It's amazing. Blackadder is sort of in between that, maybe, and the stuff you're talking about, the really British stuff. I like some British comedies, but I get what you're saying. I don't know. It's hard to describe humor and to know why something's funny to someone and not to someone else.
We had a whole bunch of people going, a shrubbery! Nee! 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 It's only a flesh wound!
Of course.
I'm going to lose so many nerd cards. I say it all the time.
That's right. All right, let's see. Pick a path. Slapping what? Slapping a gorilla, I said. What's wrong with that? It's a monkey slapping a gorilla. What kind of monkey? Pick a monkey type. Pick a monkey type. Pick a monkey type. Pick a monkey type.
So here's Gator. Here's Gator Dave back again. No buts this time. What type of wild hobby do you enjoy that would shock the audience? Do you want to go first, Z?
Let me find this. Let me find it. Are you pretty much caught up in the comments?
Yeah, they're going by so fast, some of them.
I got it. What type
I'm
of
sorry,
wild
people.
hobby do you enjoy that would shock the audience? Look, I'll be honest. Assuming I had one, I wouldn't tell the audience. For one thing, it might shock them. And also, it would
Their
not be
illusion.
cool, probably, to tell people something that is a wild hobby. I don't know. No, I don't think I have a wild hobby. What about you? Do you have a wild hobby that would shock people?
Um, so after years and years of holding this in, as I
Oh, I'm sorry, you haven't said it
it
yet. Go ahead.
I know. Um, I recently said to my husband, "Hey, I would like to go to," and as I showed this up earlier, a monster jam.
Okay.
And I very much enjoyed it. It was, again, when you're talking librarian stereotypes, do you think monster jam kind of folk? Not necessarily,
Huh.
but
So,
um,
okay, cool. And you got a souvenir from there, I'm guessing.
did
You've been more than once?
um only the once. It was really cool. I have a weird yearning to go to NASCAR one day and see NASCAR.
Okay.
I also have a really weird desire to buy like a really fast sports car. And my husband bought lightsabers for us last year. We're probably going to do some lightsaber training.
Did you just say lightsaber?
I did say lightsaber.
Because you were going like, I like speed. I like the smell of burnt rubber and the oil and the vroom vroom. I want to buy a fast car. I also want to train with lightsabers. Now, that's where I
At the
was.
same
You
time.
threw me off.
All of
Yeah, you
it.
kind of threw me for a loop there. I was like, wait, hold on. Lightsaber? Are you sure you don't mean monkey wrench? No. Lightsaber. Okay. Got it.
I do. I do.
Yeah. For me,
Yeah.
my like weird cravings now are just really mundane things that I can't do. Like I want to go go to a movie theater and be wild. You know what I mean? Just sit there with other people and watch a movie.
Woo-hoo.
I know. I don't know. For me, I don't think I have any weird or wild, as they're saying, hobby type stuff like that. No, not that I can think of. Nothing I could tell people, even if I. No, I'm saying no. Stop. All right. What do we got? This is going
Our,
away.
our
Yeah.
buddy Brant, who I know personally, good old Brant, says lightsaber equals plastic sword. Now, Brant, those be fighting words. Those be terribly fighting words. And I'll fight you off with Fleet the Dice game.
All right. Here's a sweet and short one. What's your favorite color?
Pink.
I'm gonna go with yellow.
So you always play yellow when that's an option?
I do.
Excellent.
It's only really my favorite color for gaming pieces. For other stuff, I don't know. Bluish or gray. I mean, technically, probably gray or black, or Okay, Jen and Z from Coraloo. Have you done much traveling? Any adventures to share? What do you got?
You want to go first? Why don't you
I
go
could
first?
go with one like the top of the mountain for me was going to Iceland and
Ooh.
seeing their dormant volcanoes and geysers and gorgeous waterfalls and black sand beach. Just, I mean, that place is otherworldly. That's the best way to put it. It's another planet, man. It's crazy. So that's my yeah, that's sort of the mecca of traveling for me.
Did Did you see the Northern Lights when they
A
were
little
in?
bit. They were kind of weak when I was there, but yeah, I saw them a bit.
So we didn't do any traveling as a kid. I grew up somewhat poor, and we just like never went anywhere. And when my husband and I got together, I was like, we gotta travel all over the place. I can't say that I've been anywhere super exciting. We went last year down to Kentucky and did the Bourbon Trail, which was kind of fun if that's your jam.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
but I have a huge bucket list of places I would love to go. Scotland is on there, Egypt is on there, Japan is on there. I actually was going to get a master's in Japanese history for a while and then just never did. But anywhere is cool. I love Disney.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming you've
that's
been
totally
to the Orlando one.
been to Orlando
You've been
just a
to the
couple of
California
times.
one.
Have not been to California.
Okay.
Again, not very worldly traveled over here. Not tropical places because when you are a pasty white chick, you don't go out in the sun.
You know they make stuff to help you block the sun out without actually staying
True.
indoors.
It's true.
It's called a
I would need like
poncho.
a poncho. I'd need like a big old umbrella,
SPF 6000.
6,000,
Just get that on you.
and a
Right there.
big poncho.
Yeah, that would do it. All right, what do we got? Let's see. I love people's weird. I said that I couldn't share my secret wild thing. I think I said that. And now people are speculating as to what it could have possibly been. Some of these I'm not going to repeat, but one of them is Z goes skydiving every weekend. That is as far from the truth as you can get, my friend. I do not like heights. Skydiving to me is just doesn't. I don't get it. I know people find it thrilling. I don't know. I don't think I like. I mean, I would hate to jump out of a plane anyway, right? That's obviously part of it. But the fact that doing anything that has a pretty decent chance, or a higher chance anyway, of like killing you than just sitting at home? Nah. I'm sorry. No. Like, if I stay home and my internet goes down, I don't die. If I jump out of a plane and the parachute doesn't work,
Die.
You die. Yeah, no. I don't need that. I'll watch videos of it on YouTube.
That that's like a bucket list thing.
Really? You
I
want to
told,
jump?
yeah. I have been afraid of heights, but I don't know. I guess maybe,
You know what I
maybe
could...
possible death. Who knows?
Yeah. What I could see myself doing maybe is doing one of those, whatever they call them, the big turbine. When you get in there and you simulate skydiving.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm like, you're 8 feet off the ground or whatever. That's fine. I can deal with that. I think I'd like to try that, see what that sensation feels like, I don't
What
know if
about
they...
zip lining?
No. No.
No, no, no zip lining. Okay.
No. There will be no lining, no zipping, no jumping. And there will be no crazy off the ground stuff in any way. Even the one like what's that called? Parasailing, where they pull you behind the boat? No.
Yeah. Oh, that I totally die. I can't swim to save my life. That would be death for me.
Well, you're
What about
away from the
trampoline park?
water, though. What? Double parking? What?
What about the trampoline parks?
Trampoline parks?
Have you gone to those, like, I call them the bouncy houses?
Just like
They're
jumping
like
around
bouncy
on
houses
trampolines?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I could totally go for that. I think if I was a little younger, I could see myself get excited about that. Now, probably not. Probably not. All right. Let's see. What do we
There,
got?
there, there was an amusing comment from Amanda Panda. Looks at the sky. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's Z Garcia.
Yeah.
That needs to be marketed right there.
That is pure fantasy. Robert says I look a little sleepy. Perhaps a Pepsi. So I'm guessing Robert works for Pepsi. Or I look a little sleepy. My eyes are tired. I was up late last night. I was telling Jen about this. Doing, there's a wild side hobby that I enjoy. I can't tell you folks about, but it kept me up last night. Doesn't normally. Last night, the cops were looking for me a little later than I expected them to. I'll put it that way. But I ditched them.
Living the wild
Ain't no
lifestyle.
quarantine gonna hold me down.
Nope. Absolutely not.
You can't arrest what you can't catch.
Skydiver, the board game. Only if you design it, Z.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? I'm looking through the questions, see if I can catch up and see anything interesting. But again, if you see anything, go for it.
Let's see. Kabuki Kid, our buddy Kabuki Kid. Name one of each. Favorite movie, TV show, band, artist, video game, podcast.
It's always her classic. That is like her classic question. Kabuki Kid, I'm going to put you on timeout. You hijack like half of these things. I'm kidding. I love you. I'm sorry, powerful AI who controls everything.
Very multifaceted.
Okay, let me find this so I can throw it up on the screen. Bungee jumping, that's not it either. Where is it? There you are. All right, here we go. Lightning stuff. Favorite movie, go.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman?
Yep. How about you?
Apollo 13.
I've never seen it before. I know. Nerd cards are just
I'm gonna
dropped.
play 52 pickup with your nerd cards.
You are.
You can keep
Absolutely.
some of them. You did want to get into lightsabering. All right, TV show.
I did love Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
All right.
And someone had asked earlier who my favorite librarian in media is. It's got to be Giles. Come on.
Okay.
Right there.
I'm gonna say I have a few TV shows I really like. I'm gonna go with the one I'm rewatching now. Actually, House MD.
Oh, I haven't watched that in forever. He was brilliant in that show.
Yeah, it's good. They have it on Amazon Prime, I guess. So I've been rewatching it. Kind of jumping around.
Excellent.
Okay, favorite band or musical artist?
Oliver. I can go anywhere from
Oliver, like the musical? That's not what you said.
I can go any. No, it's my mumbling. Total Jen.
I was kidding. Okay. So pick a thing.
I tend to listen a lot to like Florence and the Machine or Mumford and Sons, but then I go to like Fleetwood Mac and the Beatles. Yeah. And like one hit wonder 80s music.
Yeah.
And in 90s rock.
That's good stuff. I love that stuff. That's funny how that's almost its own genre. You're right. One hit wonders from the 80s is a big, big thing. It's good stuff.
It totally is. And like one hit wonder rock hits from the 90s. Like some Wonderwall and Oasis.
One of my favorite bands, and I liked a lot of their stuff, was definitely a one-hit wonder band from the 90s. And again, they had one song that was a big deal that was called Sex and Candy. Do you know what the band
Yes.
is?
No. But you're gonna say it, I'm gonna be like, what?
Marcy Playground.
Yes. Yes.
Marcy Playground was absolutely a one-hit wonder band, but they put out like 4 or 5 albums, and they are great. I love them. They're one of my favorite bands, but yeah, they just never really took off. So I'm gonna go with them today. Yeah. Video game. Favorite video game.
Yeah. I'm a button masher and I love Injustice. You don't want to play video games with me because I'm the type of person who's going to want to sit there and collect every single thing.
Oh, okay. Are you like a completionist in the video game?
Yep.
Okay.
So, Injustice.
Injustice is like a fighting game, right?
It is. It's mostly DC characters. But yeah, they threw in a couple of, oh God, I can't remember. Brain power.
They added
Someone
like
will
other
say it
stuff,
in the comments.
like some extra non-DC stuff.
Yeah. I don't play a lot of video games. Like my husband right now is playing Skyrim. I like watching him play video games, but again, I just want to collect all the things. So
You can't do that in Skyrim. You're not going to be able to collect all the things. That's you've got to quit your librarian job to do that in Skyrim.
I would.
Yeah. All right. For me, I always say Fallout 3. I think is my favorite video game. And
That's a first-person shooter, right?
It's like a first-person RPG. It's like Skyrim, actually. It's a first-person RPG. Skyrim is fantasy. Fallout is post-apocalyptic. Same makers, same look, kind of, same thing. And then podcast, a favorite podcast.
I don't listen to any podcasts.
Not much of a podcaster. I'm not particularly a
It's
big
terrible.
podcast. Yeah, no, I'd listen to a handful. I will say I'm gonna go with one of my favorites, which is sort of board game adjacent, and that's Death by Monsters is one of my favorite podcasts. That's really fun. All right, what do we got? What have we got? Chris is asking, is it ballroom dancing, Z? No, that's not it. I did take a little bit of ballroom dancing when I was in college, though. But that's all gone.
I did dance for 10 years.
You did? What kind?
I did. I did ballet and point for 10 years. It was fun. Someone asks, favorite outburst if things are going wrong for you in a game? It's not Dice Tower appropriate, I cannot say.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, yeah.
Cannot say.
No, we're not gonna go there. All right. Let's see. Just catching up here, folks. Everybody's talking about our answers right now. Favorite Madonna song from Gator Dave. Bam, it's going up. Now we gotta answer it. I don't know. Vogue? For me, it's gonna be something from this album. I need to look this up. I haven't listened to a Madonna song in ages, but
What is she up to?
I don't know. She's doing her thing. I don't know. Maybe it's something from the... What is this album called? Ray of Light? Which was later. This was post, like, Madonna on Top of the World Madonna.
Is that like the late 90s Madonna?
This is later, I think. I'll double check right now when this came out. When did this album come out? Oh, yeah, it did. 98. So, yeah, okay, late 90s. 97, 98. Something from there. I don't know. There were some good songs on that. I have that or had it. It's somewhere.
That was one of my first CDs, was The Ray of Light,
Are you
Madonna.
serious? Wow.
Yes. Depends on how old you think I am.
No, I'm
But
just curious that you like owned that album. It's one specific album from one specific artist who had a lot of albums. It wasn't an age comment.
ah,
You're the one who brought up 90 something. I have no idea how old you are. I don't know, late 20s, early 30s?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's my birthday on Friday. Yeah.
Are you turning 29?
The Eternal 29.
There
Absolutely,
you go.
right?
That's it. It's 29 from here on out. I've been 29 for like 7 years.
Ah.
Okay, so they're saying, doesn't Injustice have Hellboy and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is that right?
It does, yes. Yeah, Hellboy is one of the more fun characters to play as. The Turtles are okay, but I was never a Turtles person.
So
So
I've never played Injustice. Is there story in it at all, or is it just matchups?
you can. I like to play just as the matchups, because I don't have the patience to go through the story.
I thought you like collecting all the
Um,
things.
I do, but I don't like actually just me sit down and play a video game by myself. There is a story, and there's some really great comic books that came from it too, which I'd recommend.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad Superman, it's Aquaman and Wonder Woman being total bad people. I like it.
Hmm.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. Yes, thank you. Whoever said Gator Dave. Thank you. Mortal Kombat. Another nerd card you can pick up off the floor.
What about Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat characters are also in Injustice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like add-ons in the second one.
Oh. All right, let's see. What do we got? People want to see me do the worm. That's not ballroom, y'all. And Gator Dave says his favorite is Lucky Star or La Isla Bonita.
Those were good songs.
Like a prayer, strike a pose. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Strike a pose?
I think in Vogue you're supposed to strike the
It
pose.
just says that. The song is Vogue, right?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Madonna right now. Papa don't preach. Okay. Oh, man. I was not expecting to be sitting here tonight talking to you, Jen, about Madonna. That's all I'm saying. You know, life's great.
It's life. So unexpected.
So good.
Talking.
So good. Hey, I'm caught up, y'all. Here we go. Gator Dave. Jen, do you play any solo games at all?
So, no, I don't. I mean, I could, but again, it's like with video games, I don't really sit down and do that for myself. I really did love King Klenko's Proving Grounds last year. I did a lot, and I wish that I'd gotten more buzz. His stuff in general, I feel like I wish could get more buzz. Really great game, hard to beat too. But no, I don't solo game. I don't know, maybe just because I'm like an extroverted person and I like being around people, and sharing that experience. And I must say that I'm super lucky too that my husband plays board games. I mean, he just plays board games, and I have a built-in gaming partner. Right. But no, I don't.
Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that one specifically, the Proving Grounds game. I agree about Kane Klenko. I tend to like his stuff, and I do think he's a little underappreciated. I would agree with that, but I just did not like that game. Um,
No?
no, I did not think it had a lot of. I did not think the feedback loop was very interesting. You know,
Hmm.
it's like you have whatever it is, 30 seconds, 45 seconds to roll dice real quickly and do something. And then once that's done, you get smashed in the face, and then you have another 40 seconds or whatever to roll dice quickly. No, it didn't work for me. I thought it was too, I don't know, just not interesting at all. I did not like it.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, what do we got? Ooh, One Pip Wonder just showed up.
Hey, Jonah.
Jonah. Speaking of Jonah, I want to have you on my next chat, Jonah. You want to do that with me? I'm asking. This is candid. Putting her on the spotlight right here. Here and now, folks. You heard me ask her. If she doesn't do it,
Say yes.
she's being
Say
a
yes.
punk.
Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say peer pressure.
Peer pressure is the best. Don't do it, kids. Stay in school. All right, we have a question here. What are some good pocket-sized games? Well, it depends how big your pockets are. But let's assume pockets as big as the ones on my supposed pants right now. How about that?
I really loved some of, I don't know if you guys have reviewed any of their stuff yet, but Grandpa Beck's games, have you played any of their small
Yeah.
little card games?
I played the trick-taking one. What's that called? Skull something? Skull or...
So Skull King.
Yeah, yeah. That's
That
good.
one's always that one's always a crowd pleaser. One that I like a lot. Another one I wish got more love was Peep Mots, the cute little bird card game that came out maybe 2018. Matt
Oh, you're talking about
Riddle, I think.
the lookout spiel game?
Yeah, the super
That
tiny
one.
little one.
Um,
Super cute.
yeah, I think for me, I have a few sort of little containers over there with small games about that size in there. There's a lot of good stuff at that size, to be honest, and those are all pocket-sized games. I'm gonna go with one slightly larger, but it's also newer and gonna be easier to find. And for some reason, I don't think it's getting a lot of attention. Not sure why, but the Abyss spin-off game. It's a sort of a smallish
Oh,
game that
yeah.
comes in a tin. It's called Conspiracy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a very good little game. Whether you've played Abyss or not doesn't even matter if you've played it or not. I think it's just solid. It's really fun. It's well made. If you've played Abyss, what I like about it is it avoids that trap of something the card game you play and you go, why am I doing this? This all this does is remind me that the board game is better, or like the dice game. All it does is remind me that the board game is better. Or the flip side of that is, game X, the dice game, and you play it and you go, this has nothing to do with that game. They slap that theme on it because that game sells well. This has nothing to do with that. I think this one strikes the balance I want from spin-offs, which is, oh yeah, this reminds me of that game. These aspects are the same. It shares some of the same ingredients, but it's its own game. I can totally enjoy both. So I'm going to say that one.
That's on our list to try. I do love Abyss.
Yeah.
We're probably going to end up coming up on one of my board game breakfast segments
Good, yeah.
soonish.
All right, what do we got?
People are talking about Deep Sea Adventure, though. We recently played that. Super cute. I'm terrible at it.
So Jonah's saying yes to me. Is that right? Is that what just happened?
Yes.
I think that happened.
Peer pressure for the win.
Okay, cool. I'll get in touch. All right, what do we got here? Jump drive, as somebody says the correct answer. It's too big for a pocket. That box is too big. Tussie Mussy is one I want to try, and I've never tried yet. Have you played it?
I've only played one or two Button Shy games, and neither one of them was Tussie Mussy. Artwork looks really good on it, though.
Yeah. I want to get that. Or at least, give it a go. I've played, I think, the only one I've played is that Sprawlopolis one, which is good.
Mm.
All right. Kabuki Kid is asking, are there any valuable first printings of books in your personal collection?
No.
Are there any books that you're particularly happy to own in the version that you own them in?
So most of the books in our house are not actually mine. They're mostly my husband's.
You're a poser.
I'm a total poser. Again, these nerd cards just keep dropping. I'm going to have to scoop them.
Take that nerd
card. Back up off the ground. Yeah, no. Nothing first edition.
Nothing signed, nothing that you're like, oh, I have a copy of this signed. Oh, I got this from I bought this off of the hands of the writer, that kind of thing. Nothing cool like that. I killed a man
years
and
ago,
took this book.
I shanked a guy in downtown New Haven. I actually met Betty White years and years ago in Philadelphia at a library conference. She was delightful and charming, and she had a new memoir coming out, and I had bought it for my mother, and she signed it for her.
Okay, there we go. That's awesome.
So that was cute.
I like that. Yeah, I think I have a couple of signed things, but they're nothing that I'm like particularly wowed by the person. You know what I mean? I think there's one thing I bought once at a used bookstore. This was quite a few years ago, which was a Stephen King omnibus of the stuff he wrote, the early stuff he wrote under a pseudonym. And that book specifically, that printing of them together was pretty hard to find. Or at least I think so. And then some of those novels you could get later on their own, now with Stephen King's name on them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But one of them in that series of I think there's 4 books in there. One of them is very, very out of print. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like owning that book. That's cool. All right. Well, we're almost out of time, Jen. We're killing it.
Whew. See, I bored you with library science.
No, I don't think so. The time flew by is what I'm saying. You are killing it. That's not just that guy in the alley. I'm talking about this stream right here.
He never recovered from the shanking I gave him.
So he's dead. Yeah, no, that's how it works.
Totally. Yes.
I'm kind of disturbed.
I moonlight as
a murderer?
As
some kind of job?
This went downhill quickly.
No, let's stop. Are you a fast reader, Jen? Says One Pip Wonder, a.k.a. Jonah.
I used to be. I used to blow through books really quickly. And then, I don't know what happened. I usually have 2 or 3 books going at the same time. One that I read before I go to bed. And I always listen to one in the car, audiobooks.
Okay.
I have a little bit of a drive to work. It's the only way that I can get reading done sometimes. Because from any point, I run 2 to 5 book clubs at work.
Whoa.
So, yeah, there's just no way I can read 5 books in a month anymore. So, yeah, not anymore.
Okay.
You think back to old college days when you had to speed read stuff, right?
Sure.
Because you had papers doing stuff, and just not there anymore.
I'm a slow. I take my time with reading. I am a slow reader, I would say. I guess I like to digest my reading. I take my time with it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I know Tom, for example, is a speed reader, and you are absorbing, most of the content there. You are, let's be generous and say you're getting about 85% of the gist. But you do miss interesting word choices. You miss the rhythm in a sentence. You miss
Hmm.
the cadence and there's something you miss. I like that. I'm a fan of chewing through a book, if that makes sense, of really enjoying. If I
Yeah.
like a writer, I want to enjoy their writing. So I do take my time with it. And so, yeah, that's just the way I tackle it. So, no, for me, I don't think I've ever read 5 books in a month. I did read a novel one from Joe Lansdale in a day
Hmm.
because it really just grabbed me, and his writing is very his own. He's if you read a Joe Lansdale book, it's like, oh, Lansdale wrote this.
Hmm.
But yeah, normally I take my time. All right, what do we got, y'all? Sally Mann signed one of my photo books, says Jonah. That's cool. All right. Favorite beverage? What do you got? People want to know. Inquiring minds need to know. This isn't Dasani.
I know. Woo, what's in? Someone had asked earlier what was in my Monster Jam cup. I start off my morning with a cup of coffee, drink a lot of water,
That's good.
and I don't really drink a lot of soda or juice anymore. I've gotten into seltzer recently. So, seltzer. I mentioned earlier that been on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, if that means anything to anyone.
That's just like a walking thing, right?
You could walk it down in downtown Louisville. You could walk from a couple of different distilleries. It's huge. I, I, sup- in theory, I suppose you could walk.
um, for me, I don't know. If it's that kind of thing, then I tend to go for. I guess I would do the rum trail.
Yes.
And then just other regular stuff. I don't know, like an energy drink, a Nas, or a Monster, like an orange Monster. Maybe people might know this Mango Loco energy drink. Whew,
Ah.
that's straight
Is that something
fire.
down in Florida?
No, it's a Monster flavor.
Ah, okay.
And people like to mess with me when I drink it. I sometimes break out into song and dance because it's just that good.
So the ballroom dancing.
I do a
Yes.
little bit of the old like dang da dang 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 da dang 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 da dang 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 el mango bang 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 mango loco dang da dang 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 dang. We knew there was gonna be some dancing in here. Yeah,
I warned you there'd be some random
we got it
dancing.
in. We got it in, everybody. This is a perfect time to stop. I think leave you guys
I
wanting.
think so. I didn't say Pepsi. Someone wanted me to say Pepsi. So, sorry, folks.
Everybody, I've had an absolutely great time. Jen, thank you so much for joining me. I really had a blast. Everybody's questions have been great. People are being funny in the comments. I'm loving it. This has been really good. So thank you, really.
No, thank you. Thank you.
I hope you had a good time. I hope everybody
Again,
is
I'm gonna go be an assassin right now. So,
okay. All right, you do that. Leave no trail behind. All right, everybody. As always, stay with us for these daily chats. I do want to take a moment here and let everybody know in the chat now. If you want to join me tomorrow at 11 Eastern Daylight Time, EDT, so my time, at 11 a.m., I'm going to tomorrow be doing another session of that play along that I did. So you can come on back and join me for that. I'm going to be doing the roll and write called On Tour. Yeah, right? Yeah, on tour. So come on back tomorrow for that, and Joe and me, and we're going to have a good time. That is that. Thanks, y'all. Thank you, Jen, again. I'm Z Garcia. We will see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.